Create Customer Master centrally. As you already know, sales customers are maintained as customer master records. These records are created in the sales department, accounting department, or centrally. In this video, all customer master views will be created centrally because the customer master in SAP Standard contains more than 100 fields. Only the essential tabs and fields will be explained. By the end of this video tutorial, you will be able to create a complete standard customer master using transaction XD01. Let's go to transaction XD01 and fill in the initial screen. To do this, navigate to Logistics greater than Sales and Distribution greater than Master Data greater than Business Partner greater than Customer. Then open the Create folder. Two transactions are available: V01 for the Sales Department and XD01 for Central Records. Choose the latter. You are now on the initial screen. In general, before creating a new master record, always check that the customer doesn't already exist in the system. To do this, click on the binoculars symbol or use the search function in the customer field. Enter minimal information, as another user might have used a different spelling for the name or other customer data. Once you're sure the customer doesn't exist, select the account group. For example, 0001 sold to party. The account group determines which tabs and fields are part of the master record and controls whether data input is optional or mandatory. For internal number assignment, leave the customer field empty. Otherwise, you will need to enter a number according to your company's rules. Next, classify your customer by entering the company code and sales area. Some companies use reference records for each account group to expedite the data setup. If applicable, enter an existing customer number and specify the sales area. The data fields will be copied from the reference customer, though this step is optional. The initial screen is now complete. Click Continue or press Enter to proceed to the customer data. First, maintain the General Data tab, name, address, and communication data. This is straightforward and similar to creating an online account. If more fields are needed, click the symbol on the right side. Once the general data is complete, click on the Company Code Data button. The reconciliation account is particularly important for account management. This account, used in accounting, is updated in parallel to the subledger account for normal postings, e.g., invoices or payments. Let's use this one. With the company code data complete, move on to the sales data. Click the Sales Area Data button. This data is organized into 4 tabs: Sales, Shipping, Billing Documents, and Partner Functions. On the Sales tab, you can assign a sales office or group to the customer, or a sales district covering various geographical areas. Customer groups distinguish customers with similar characteristics, such as private or wholesale customers. The customer's currency is used to settle charges for the sales organization. The data in the Pricing and Statistics frame controls pricing. For example, a pricing procedure assigned to the customer determines which pricing process the system applies when creating a sales document. On the Shipping tab, you can assign a delivery priority. This value defines the urgency of the order. Regular or important customers can be assigned a higher priority by default. You can also determine whether sales orders can be combined and specify details for partial deliveries. On the Billing Documents tab, you'll find items like Incoterms, terms of payment, and taxes. The tax classification specifies whether a customer is liable for taxes such as VAT or state sales taxes. The sales area data is now complete. The Partner Functions tab will be explained in the next video. Finally, save your customer master. A success message will appear in the status bar. You've now reached the end of this tutorial. In conclusion, customer master records in sales can be created using transaction XD01 or V01. To avoid duplicates, always check if the master record exists before creating a new one. On the initial screen, enter the account group, company code, and sales area. You can also use reference customers in the master record. Start by maintaining the general data, e.g., address and communication, then the company code and sales area data. Depending on your company's requirements, some data may be mandatory, while other fields are optional. Each customer master record is assigned a unique number, which serves as the customer's account number in accounts receivable. When you enter transaction data, the master data is automatically copied, saving time, effort, and ensuring data consistency. Display and change customer master. Although master records are only created once, their content may need to be changed over time. In this tutorial, we will explore how to display, change, and block customer master data using the following transactions. VD03, display customer master. VD02, change customer master. VD05, block/unblock customer master. By the end of this video tutorial, you will be able to display a customer master, change partner roles, and block or unblock a customer. Displaying the customer master. To display a customer master, navigate to the master data menu, then to the customer's subfolder, and select Display. From there, call up transaction VD03. If you don't know the customer number, you can search for it using the search help. For example, you can search by customer per sales group. To narrow the value range, enter your sales office. Select the desired customer from the results list. Now, you need the sales area. Click the Customer Sales Area button. This table shows all sales areas for which the customer is maintained. In this case, there is only one. Select it and hit Enter twice. You are now in the Customer Master's General Data view. To navigate between the tabs, you can either click directly on the tab, use the arrow buttons, or press F8. Use whichever method you prefer. As you can see in the Go to menu, there are no tabs for company code data, as only general and sales data are displayed in transaction VD03. If you want to display another customer, you don't need to exit the transaction. Simply click the button labeled Other Customer. The initial screen will pop up again. You can then enter the necessary information to go directly to another customer master. Changing the customer master. To change the customer master, you don't need to leave the current transaction. By clicking the symbol with the glasses and pen or by pressing F5, you can easily switch between display and change modes. However, note that you can only move from display to change mode. You cannot move back from change to display mode. Now that we've covered how to display a customer master, let's move on to changing the partner roles. Changing partner roles. Transaction VD02 is used to change the sales data of a customer. Partner roles are part of the sales area data, but what are partner roles exactly? In each sales transaction, different groups or individuals can have different roles and responsibilities. For example, at the customer location, the party placing the order might be different from the party receiving the goods. Similarly, an invoice may need to go to a different address. To accommodate these different roles, SAP uses partner functions. Each partner function is assigned to an account group. When you create customer master data, you also specify the roles the customer will play. SAP copies this information into all sales documents for this customer. This ensures that the delivery is shipped to the correct recipient and that the appropriate party is billed. The most commonly used partner functions are sold to party, SP, bill to party, BP, payer, P, ship to party, SH. Note that companies can also create specific partner roles according to their needs. Now, let's enter a different customer master in the bill to party and payer partner functions. In the sales process, the invoice will be sent to this address, and this same customer will be contacted in case of non-payment. Blocking and unblocking a customer. From a sales perspective, it is sometimes necessary to block a customer for various reasons, such as when the business relationship is not progressing as expected. To block a customer, go to the Extras menu and select Blocking Data. You can select a sales order block, delivery block, billing block, or all of them by ticking the relevant checkboxes. You can even block sales support in general. Use predefined keys to indicate the reasons for the block and determine the blocking type. Blocking a customer means you cannot create orders, deliveries, or billing documents for this customer in one or more sales areas. The block becomes active immediately after saving the customer master. Alternatively, a customer can be blocked or unblocked using the separate transaction VD05. This transaction is located in the customer folder. After entering the customer number and the sales area, the same screen as in the customer change transaction will appear. To cancel a block, simply remove the block indicators and save. You will then receive a confirmation message that the changes have been made and the block will be canceled. Now that you know how to block and unblock a customer master, you have reached the end of this video tutorial. Creating a material master record can be quite complex. However, there are not many views or data elements that the sales department needs to maintain. Typically, there are precise instructions for data input, making it easier to handle material masters in sales. In this video tutorial, you will learn how to create a material master record for use in sales and distribution using transaction MM01. Let's begin by accessing the transaction and the initial screen. Navigate to Master Data, greater than Products, greater than Material, and open the folder, Other Material. Then call up transaction MM01, Create. You will now see the initial screen. Select the industry sector and the material type for trading goods. For this material type, external number assignment is allowed, so enter a new material number according to your department's guidelines. After confirming your entry, you'll be asked to select the views you want to maintain. Click on the box next to each view you wish to include. For example, in a simple sales process, you will need the following views: Basic Data 1, Sales Data General, Plant Storage 1, Accounting 1. Next, confirm your selection. You will also need to specify the organizational levels of the material master. These depend on the views you selected. In this case, you need to define the plant storage location, sales organization, and distribution channel. After confirming, you will be taken to the material master, where you can proceed with further entries. Now you are going to enter data in the selected views. First, on the Basic Data 1 tab, enter a material description. This text, containing up to 40 characters, describes the material in more detail. Then select the base unit of measure, which is the unit in which the material's stock is managed. After you press Enter, you will automatically jump to the next selected view. All the selected views have a specific symbol on their tab. This means you can navigate to the next view by just pressing Enter. The symbol on the tab changes from a radio button to a green bubble with a white check mark. Be careful not to click on any other tab because you might be required to enter data you are unfamiliar with. If this happens, you will need to exit the transaction and start over. On the Sales 1 tab, enter the division, e.g., 00, cross division, and the delivering plant. Then, enter the tax data. Next, on the Sales General/Plant tab, enter values for gross and net weight. The value and availability check specifies whether and how the system checks availability and generates requirements for materials planning. The shipping data requires a transportation group and a loading group. Transportation groups are used for automatic route scheduling during sales order and delivery processing. Loading groups, along with the shipping conditions and the delivering plant, are used by the system to automatically determine the shipping point for the item. On the Plant Data Storage 1 tab, no data entry is required, but the view should still be created. On the Accounting 1 tab, you will select the Valuation Class 3100 along with other factors. The valuation class determines which GL accounts are updated for a valuation-relevant transaction, such as movements of goods. The price control should be set to V, moving average price, and you'll enter a moving price. These were all the selected views, also called main data. Now, let's take a quick look at the additional data. Click the button on the application toolbar, and several tabs will be displayed. Additional data contains data that is valid at all organizational levels, in addition to the basic data. Here, you can maintain the material description in different languages or enter alternative units of measure and their conversion factors. Go back to the main data, and finally, save the master record. A success message will be displayed in the status bar. In conclusion, material masters are created using transaction MM01. On the initial screen, you first specify the industry sector, material type, and the material number, in the case of external number assignment. Then, you select your views and organizational units accordingly. After that, you navigate from tab to tab by pressing Enter and maintaining the relevant data. You can also enter some additional data. Once you have saved the material master record, it can then be used in sales transactions. As you can see, maintaining a material master is not that difficult. Maintaining customer material information agreements with customers are documented in the system. You can find these individual arrangements either in a sales document, the customer master record, or in their own master data. The latter includes customer-specific information such as customer material, discount agreements, promotions, or sales deals. In this video tutorial, we will take a closer look at customer material information. By the end of this tutorial, you will be able to create a customer material information record using transaction V51. Additionally, you will learn how to use the display transactions V53 and V54, as well as the V59 transaction to list customer material information. Let's get started by accessing transaction V51 within the Master Data section of SAP's SD Sales and Distribution module. Open the Agreements folder, then select Customer Material Information. Call up transaction V51, Create. On the initial screen of the Customer Material Info record, enter the customer, sales organization, and distribution channel. This specifies which part of your organization the data will be applied to. By clicking Enter, you will arrive at the overview screen. In this table, enter all the material numbers for which a customer material info record should be created. Let's take these two material numbers. After confirming the entries, the system displays the corresponding material descriptions. Once all the relevant material numbers are entered, you can now maintain the details. Select the material and click on the Detail button, the magnifying glass with the green line. This takes you to the Items screen. If the customer uses a different identifier for the material than your company does, enter the material number used by the customer here. Then enter the description the customer uses. This description will be automatically used during sales processing for this customer, instead of the material description from the master record. You can also define your own search term for easy lookup within F4 Help. The fields for shipping and partial deliveries can also be found in the customer and material master records. Here, you can maintain values specific to this customer material combination, but we will leave them out for now. If needed, additional text can be maintained via the Text button. These texts can be printed on order confirmations or delivery notes. By clicking the button with the black triangle, you can navigate to the next item to maintain the corresponding detail data. Via the Go-To menu, or by simply clicking the back button, you can return to the Overview screen. When you save the final data, a customer material info record is created for each row in the table. Now that you know how to create customer material info records, let's take a look at the display transactions. Although customer material information records are considered master data, the system does not assign a separate master record number. Instead, these are data sets that are valid for a specific combination of a sales organization and a distribution channel. There are two ways to display them. First, you can select either the customer or the material. To display records by customer, use transaction V53. To display records by material, use transaction V54. Additionally, a list of customer material information records can be generated. Transaction V59 is located under Sales Master Data greater than Information System in the Agreements folder. On the initial screen, enter the search criteria and execute the report. The corresponding list will be generated as shown here. Now that you have learned how to display customer material info records, this video tutorial has come to an end. In conclusion, in a sales process, specific material data from the customer's perspective can be applied using customer material info records. This data takes priority over other master data. Customer material information is created with transaction V51 and can be changed using transaction V52. Two transactions are available to display these records, V53 based on customer and V54 based on material. You can use V59 to display lists of customer material info records. Maintaining conditions. During pricing, the system calculates amounts based on a combination of automatic procedures and manually entered data. The system automatically transfers pricing data from condition records into sales and billing documents. Each condition type in SAP is represented by a 4-digit key in the SAP standard. Common examples include PR000, price HB000, absolute discount KF000, freight MWST, VAT, value added tax. These condition types play a crucial role in pricing calculations during the sales process. In this video tutorial, we will create two condition records, a material price and an individual scaled price. By the end of this tutorial, you will be able to maintain conditions in SAP using transaction V31. Let's begin by maintaining a material price within the SD master data. Open the Conditions folder and double-click on VK31, Create. This brings up the Area menu to maintain condition records. The menu is divided into four main groups: prices, discounts, surcharges, freight, taxes. Each group contains the respective standard condition types. In the last folder, conditions are not grouped by condition type, but by customer material and customer hierarchy. To create a condition record, select the appropriate entry. Although the Execute icon is displayed, normally replaced by pressing F8, this transaction is started with a double click. Let's begin by maintaining a material price. The overview screen may seem a bit complex, but it's easy to follow. Each row shows the literals of the variable keys. For a material price, the key combination includes condition type, sales organization, distribution channel, material number. Click on the symbol with the white sheet at the beginning of the row to go to the Fast Entry screen. Here, enter the sales organization and distribution channel in the first column. Select the condition type, e.g. PR00, and then enter the material number. The variable keys are now complete. In the Amount field, enter the material price. If necessary, specify the currency in the field next to it. You can also define a validity period by entering dates in the Valid From and Valid To columns. If no dates are entered, the system will automatically take today's date as the start date and the last day of 9/9/99 as the end date. Leave the fields empty if you don't want to specify a validity period and confirm your entries. The system will fill certain fields automatically. You can also enter additional materials and their respective prices in the table, which is why the screen is titled Fast Entry. After saving, the condition record will be applied during automatic pricing in sales and billing documents. Maintaining condition records. The respective condition types in SAP are represented by a 4-digit key in the SAP standard. Common examples include PR00, price, HB00, absolute discount, KF00, freight, MWST, value-added tax, VAT. In this video tutorial, we will create 2 condition records, a material price and an individual scaled price. You can maintain conditions in SAP using Transaction VK31. Step 1. Maintaining a material price. Open the Conditions folder and double-click on VK31, Create. You will see the Area menu for maintaining condition records. It is divided into 4 main groups: prices, discounts, surcharges, freight, and taxes. Each group contains its respective standard condition types. In the last folder, conditions are grouped by customer material and customer hierarchy instead of condition type. To create a condition record, select the appropriate entry. Although the execute icon is displayed, the transaction is started with a double-click. Begin by maintaining a material price. The overview screen may seem complex, but it is easy to follow. Each row shows the variable keys, key combination, which for the material price include condition type, sales organization, distribution channel, material number. Click on the symbol with the white sheet at the beginning of the row. This will take you to the fast entry screen. Enter the sales organization and distribution channel in the first column, select condition type PR00, price, and enter the material number. In the amount field, enter the material price. If necessary, specify the currency in the adjacent field. The valid from and valid to fields allow you to set a date range for the material price. If no dates are entered, the system will default to today's date as the start date and December 31st, 999.99 as the end date. Confirm your entries. Certain fields will be automatically filled by the system. You can also enter additional materials and their prices in the table for fast entry. After saving, this condition record will be applied automatically during pricing in sales and billing documents. Step 2. Creating an individual scaled price. After setting the general material price, the next step is to create an individual scaled price. To do this, choose the individual price entry. The key combination here includes condition type, sales organization, distribution channel, customer, material. Click on the white sheet at the beginning of the row. On the fast entry screen, enter the relevant organizational units and the customer who will receive the individual price. Select condition, type PR00, price, and enter the material number and the amount. Confirm your entries. To maintain the scaled prices, click on the scale symbol in the application toolbar. On the scale screen, enter the scale quantities and their corresponding amounts. Confirm your entries and return to the previous screen. You can hide or display the area menu by clicking on the corresponding button. Save your entries, and the individual scaled price is created. This condition record will only be applied during automatic pricing when the variable key values match during sales processing. Conclusion. The process for maintaining discounts, surcharges, freight, and taxes is the same. There are also more advanced functions such as rules and condition supplements, but for now, maintaining conditions is sufficient.